I was shaking, like literally my hands were like, ugh. I forgot the word. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Daniela. I'm from Mexico and this is my first video in English. I usually post about books and writing and things like that. But since I'm gonna be joining the Cultural Representative Program, I would like to start this DCP/CRP diaries. So let's get right into it. So I know that knowing that you got accepted into the Cultural Representative Program, you know that you're gonna be working at the pavilion of your country, but you don't really know your role until you get your offer letter. So I got my offer letter and I did a video about that. I just did not told you, I think, about the role that I got. So before I get into the role and all that good stuff, I want to do the DCP tag. So I'm really excited. Like I said, I've been following this content like for a while now, and I haven't had the confidence to do a video in English. So hopefully this gets to the right audience and to the right people. I'll be doing more videos like this in Spanish and in English. So if you're interested, it doesn't matter if you're not from Mexico or you do not speak Spanish, you can follow along and just join me in my DCP/CRP journey. So as the first question that I have here, how did you find out about the DCP? So I'm gonna do this like about the college program and international program. So this is a really funny story. I basically just went to Disney World in 2016, I think, and I remember that I was purchasing some merchandise. I don't remember what it was, but there was this girl who was working in the cash register, and she had her name tag and it said like Mexico, and I was like, okay, how did you get to work here? Like I remember that I asked her. I was really curious, and yeah, I was like, well, maybe she knows what I can do to work here. And she was like, oh yeah, well, this is like Disney college program and it's really fun, and you can like look it up and see if your college has like any type of agreement with Disney. So I don't know how it works in the United States, but here in Mexico, some of the colleges that we have here, they have like some sort of alignment agreement, I guess, which is to make the process a little bit smoother. So all your documents goes to your university, and the university/college sends that to Disney. It does not guarantee you a spot, and it does not guarantee that you will be going to Disney college program or the exchange program, but it just makes it a little bit easier. So yeah, she was explaining about that, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. So once I got to college and it was my first semester there, they had a big talk about the Disney college program and working at Disney, and I was like, I'm in. So yeah, that's how I found out. How was the interview process? So again, this is a little bit different than for people in the United States, I think. I don't think you guys have like a face-to-face interview. I think you guys have a like phone interview. But so yeah, so for international students, most of the times it's a face-to-face interview. So that means that you have to go the interview, like physically you have to go there. So it was really, I think it was like a little bit of a weird situation, just because I applied way before I got my interview. Like I was already thinking that I was out of the program, or they weren't gonna let us know about the interview. So the interview per se, it was really dynamic, really fun. It was really interesting. I got to see some of my friends from the cultural exchange program back in 2019. So that was really fun, and I got to travel a little bit and get to know a different city a little bit more, just things like that. It was really fun, and the recruiters were really nice. The process was so smooth, and you did not like felt intimidated by the recruiters. It was really fun. Where were you when you got accepted? So okay, the official answer was that I was back at my old place, because this is a new place, but I was back at my old place and I was gathering some of my clothes to do laundry, and I was having a really bad day. It was a day really stressful, and I have anxiety and depression, so it was really hard. I was sad. So I got this call from Orlando and it had a different area code. So I was like, interesting. And I don't know anyone else from Orlando, and none of my banks are in the United States. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I remember that I answered the phone and I was a little bit like suspicious, not about Disney, but just like who was calling me from the United States. So I was like, hello, and then it was a recruiter and they were like, hey, are you still interested in being on waitlist? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, well, we have an opening for December. And that's just what I was doing. It was really fun, really exciting. I remember that I was shaking, like literally my hands were like, ugh. And my boyfriend was just across the room, and I was like, it's Disney. And he was like, no way. And I was like, yeah. It was really fun, really exciting, really good stuff. How did you find your roommates? So I do not have roommates yet. The roommate dorm situation happens like 3 weeks before, 4 weeks before your program starts. So I don't have roommates yet. I do have a group chat with people who have the same arrival date as I do. So we are like getting to know each other a little bit more, and maybe one of them will be my roommate. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so no roommates yet. What will you miss the most during your program? So this is a really hard question for me. So currently, I'm in a situation of my life which is really different. I have a really cool job. My brother just came to live here. He's going to college, and my boyfriend and I are gonna start a whole new chapter in our lives. So it's gonna be really hard to leave my job, to be a part of my brother, and to be away from my boyfriend for a whole year. So, oh, and my dog. I'm also gonna miss my dog. Yeah, I think a little bit of all of that is what's really kicking like inside of my heart, like being really hard. But Disney has been a dream of mine since a while now, so I think if I should pursue a dream, it should be now. Like right now, I don't have any obligations yet, like really hard obligations, so I think I should follow my heart and do this. What is your favorite Disney park? So really hard question again. So I don't know if I have one, just because it's so hard to choose. Like I think each park has like its own thing. So normally I would say Animal Kingdom, just because I really like the attractions there and the vibe of it. But I also really like Hollywood Studios because I really like the roller coasters in there and like the attractions. But I also really like Epcot because it just has a really piece of my heart, since that was the first place that I was working at when I worked with Disney. So, and I mean, Magic Kingdom is just magic, like literal magic. So I wouldn't know. It's a hard question. If I would have to choose one, I think I would say Hollywood, maybe Hollywood, just because of the vibes that it casts. Like it's a whole mood, it's a whole vibe. Like I think I would say Hollywood, but I'm not quite sure. I don't think I have one, honestly. Okay, moving on. First thing you want to do when you get there. So the first thing I really want to do is just to hug all of my friends. I really missed them during pandemic, and it's been really hard. So my best friends, I met them at the Disney Cultural Exchange Program back in 2019. And I have seen some of them and a few other, like just some occasional times. But we haven't been together, like the whole gang together in a while. And my friends are just like all over Mexico. They're not in the same city as I am, not all of us at least. So it's been really hard and I really miss them. So that's like the first thing I'm gonna do. The second thing I want to do is I really want to get to know the gym. That's really interesting. I don't really go to the gym, but I think it looks really pretty and I want to get to know it and go to the parks and say hi to Mickey again and explain him that I missed him. I don't know, like I just want to do everything. Like I honestly want to ride Tron. I haven't ride Tron. It wasn't open when I was there. Get snacks. I want to go to Cast Connections. There's just so many things I want to do. Like I wouldn't know. Like yeah. But the first thing I want to do is just hug all of my friends. That's like the first thing. And I already have some friends that they're up there. So yeah. What do you hope to take away from the program? So I think it's a bit of a lot. I had a really hard time on my last program. It was a really hard situation which I was in. So my Disney program, it was the best summer of my life. Like it was, but I was in a really bad state. Like in my mind, I was really depressed. I was really anxious, and I was in a situation which I do not wish upon anyone, and it was really hard just to stay focused on my program. So my program is like tainted with some of those bad memories. So I really want to enjoy this program in my own way and not have to like explain what I'm doing to everyone, and just be happy and enjoy it and be there. I think I'm in a better situation in my mind right now than I was before. So yeah, I really want to take away that. And I also would like to be part of Disney corporate. So I wouldn't know how could that work. Like I know with the visa situation is really hard, and it's not easy for us international people to just get a job at Disney. It's really complicated, but I want to see what I can do and just take all the courses, see if I can get anything at Disney offices here in Mexico. I don't know, but yeah, so I just want to absorb as much as I can in the program. So now we have role reveal. Okay, so I have a whole video about my reaction. It's in my last video about the CRP. I'm gonna leave it up here. It's in Spanish, but that's like my genuine reaction about the date that I had, my rival date. I already knew that I was gonna go to this role when I got the call from the recruiter, but I'm still gonna share with you anyways. So when you work at the Disney Cultural Representative Program, you have 3 roles that you could get. So Disney has like 2 different processes when you're gonna apply for the Cultural Representative Program. So they have food and beverage, which is one process by its own. It's a different thing. It's not directly with Disney, it's with San Angelin. I said that in English, but it's San Angelin. So that's like one option, and that means that if you apply with them, then you get food and beverage. If you apply with Disney, then you can get attractions or you can get merchandise. In my last program, I was merchandise, and when I went to the interview, the recruiter asked me like, hey, what role would you like? I just said, whatever gets me there faster. Like, I don't really mind if it's merchandise or if it's attractions. I'm really used to merchandise just because my last role was merchandise. But when I applied in 2018, I wanted attractions. So yeah, so I said just whatever Mickey sends me, like I'll take it. I'm just excited to be there and make magic. So I got attractions, so that means that I will be working in the Mexican Pavilion attraction.
Fiesta, salsa, quinceañera, baila, siente ritmo, ponte a sonreír.
And I'm really excited. I am a little bit anxious. I've never been in like worked behind the scenes of an attraction, and I know it's a really safety role, so I just really want to feel that I can. But I'm excited, I'm happy, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's not as dynamic as when you do vlogs, but I mean, this is like the before I get there. So once I get there, I'll do other type of content and just different things. But yeah, so this is my journey, and I'm really happy that you get to join me with it. And yeah, thank you so much. See you next video.